everybody, welcome back inside more of our Prospect Planner piece. That's right, the chance where we get to dive into the pursuit of the college game outside of the baseball diamond. Before this go round, we're going to have a little bit of a different feel for me here, but we still got the one and only Chad Erickson in the great card room there, so we got a lot of familiarity still for you. Plus, this is going to be a little quick episode about, well, the JUCO route. That's right. We're going to be talking about some of the great JUCOs that are here in Iowa and what the postseason is like for them. Because coming on up this weekend, we have the JUCO World Series coming on up, and we've got from D1 to D1 to other levels, I should say. We got that going on here, and we're going to break all that down for you. So where you can. What times, who they play, and we're going to kind of give a little bit of our thoughts on it as well. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it here. And as we do so, Chad, I think we got the chance to kind of talk about the postseason at the start of it. Now this is the JUCO World Series. And we've got for a couple different levels to cover, but we've got teams that are in it and ready to roar here. Let's take a look first and foremost at the Division I level in which Iowa Western resides. They are the team from Iowa that is hitting up the postseason. We've got the bracket here for you. And Iowa Western being the number 3 seed against Florence Darlington, and I think that one I'm going to have Chad come on and talk more about this here. But that's going to be a game in which you don't really have to skip a lot of work for it. It's going to look like a fun outing here, but again, that's coming on up here. But Chad will let you give all the details here for that.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. So got a full weekend full of baseball for Iowa junior colleges this coming weekend. So great way to spend your Memorial Day weekend watching a little junior college baseball and starring some Iowa teams. So hopefully the 3 teams we're going to talk about today make it as far as they can in this tournament. It's a highly competitive tournament, and but we'll expect our boys from Iowa to really give them a good go. So like you mentioned, Iowa Western's the 3 seed in the D1 Junior College World Series. That tournament is played in Grand Junction, Colorado, starting this Saturday. So right out of the gate, 8:30 a.m. is when you can watch this, and you can stream these games. Go to ncjaa.com and take a look, or just do a Google search of NJCAA, and you should be able to find the live stream link to watch these games. 8:30 a.m. Central Time on Saturday is when Iowa Western's going to take on Florence Darlington Tech. They're out of South Carolina. Iowa Western, of course, great hitting team, very, very deep. We saw them in the regional tournament drop their first game of the region, the district tournament, drop the first game of the district tournament, but then come back around, showing their depth and winning out the rest of the way and qualifying for this World Series. So very deep pitching, very deep hitting. They've got 6 starters hitting over 380 this season, so there's not an easy out in the entire lineup, which we saw in full effect. Jackson Sorensen leads that bunch, and he's a serious ball player. So really looking forward to see how those guys do. Florence Darlington, a little bit about them. They're 51-10, which is a school record for wins in a season, and this is actually their first time to the JUCO World Series. So, hats off to them for qualifying. They've got a great team. So Iowa Western does not have a cakewalk in the first round. If they do win their first game, we'll have to take a look at that bracket real quick and just see who they've got ahead of them.
As far as I
Uh,
can see here, Chad, it does look like it would be either Southern Nevada or Southern Nevada, I should say. Iowa, sorry.
so
That
it
was
looks like Northwest Florida State or Southern Nevada
Yep.
would be the next go. And Southern Nevada, I did pay attention to that because Southeastern in Nebraska was in that district, and Southern Nevada really played well, beat out Southeast and also two Arizona teams to qualify, and they're going to have a tough matchup against Northwest Florida State. And so what this is exactly what you would expect. Very deep teams, good pitching, great hitting. It's going to be a great tournament, and really looking forward to that. So right away, Saturday morning, 8:30 a.m., you can tune in and watch some Iowa Western baseball.
Yeah, can't wait for that. So certainly, again, ladies and gentlemen, get the chance, get there. Again, ngcaa.com. You can catch that here. And of course, Iowa Western does a good job of on social media helping you to follow along where those links go. And I agree. Again, Chad, I'll say just very quickly, what a great job that this coaching staff has done. And I believe their second year as a coaching staff all together. They've come in. What happens after Coach Reardon leaves? A lot of the players left. And so, I think that this was a coaching staff that took that as a challenge and went, okay, now we can shape this to be our team, not makeup of somebody else's recruiting, but our recruiting. And they've done a heck of a job of it. And they haven't let the exodus of people affect them. Obviously, they're back in it. They're ready to go. This is a team I think has depth at pitching, has depth in the lineup, and that's what we saw in the extra inning affair just to get to the JUCO World Series, right? We saw that they have depth. They have a lot of stuff that they can do. So yeah, I love. I can't say enough about what this program's doing, and again, the players, coaches, and more. I mean, we recently had some players from Florida International that played for Iowa Western under Coach Reardon, and they talked as highly about the program and the atmosphere as they did about the coach. So I think it really goes to show the importance of not just who the coach is, but the atmosphere you set, and will it last beyond a specific coach? And it clearly has. But so again,
Yeah. Hats off to that coaching staff for keeping the winning edge,
yeah.
and that's a testament to the players that they're able to recruit and their ability to keep that program moving in a positive direction. So that's great.
And of course,
Um,
again, there's that the bracket. Everybody there again. The 3 seed, Iowa Western up against Florence Darlington. Again, that will be this Saturday, as we had mentioned, and then again the winner taking on Northwest Florida State and Southern Nevada. Then that will be on Monday. It looks like at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So 9 a.m. Mountain Time there. Anyway, let's go ahead, Chad, and continue and move right along because Iowa Western is not the only dog in this fight, right? We have Iowa
that's right.
represent 3 different times here, and as we go ahead, we'll bring up what the bracket looks like for the Division II level here, and as you can see, we have the Des Moines Area Community College and Southeastern in the mix as well. Chad, first off, I want to talk on Des Moines area. DMAC. They had a tough route to go. They had a very stingy path just to make it there. They did, and this is one of the first times in quite a while that we've seen them grace the JUCO World Series. So, man, I think I love what I'm seeing out of this program myself. Again, a big shout out to Chance Key, a Waverly Shell Rock product that has just been absolute fire for this team this year. Cale Beaver out of Sioux City East, can't thank enough, we will thank him. Thank you for all you're doing, but we can't say enough about him. He had a district final that was absolutely stellar, man, and So they've put a lot together, but there's more pieces than that here. What can we expect here, Chad, when one, what's their schedule looking like, and what can we expect from the Bears here as they hit the JUCO World Series Division Two?
Right. So this is the first time since 2012 that DMAC has won the region and advanced, and so hats off to them. And honestly, they got hot at the right time to go through what they did in their region and again in their district, just to keep things rolling. I want to say, weren't they the 5 or 6 seed in
Yeah, they were the
their
5 seed.
region?
Yep.
5 seed out of 6 teams in their region, and they made it all the way to the World Series here. So, and you're talking about 12. There are 12 teams remaining, 10 teams in the bracket in D1, 12 teams in the bracket in D2, and they're one of the last 12 remaining. That is absolutely remarkable for them to get here, and hopefully they can keep that hot hand going with the pitching and some timely hitting and things like that. They take on Kellogg, and Kellogg. You talk about hot teams; they're a hot team too. They have not lost in the month of May. Let's just put that into perspective. They're 9-0 in the month of May. Majority of those games, obviously, are postseason games. So they're playing the best of the best at this point. And they really have a top-notch pitching staff. That's what the book is on these guys. Also, one little story here is the head coach Nick Mishler at DMAC. He actually played his college ball at Kellogg and played in the JUCO World Series, the D2 JUCO World Series with Kellogg when he was playing his college ball. So he get his first trip to the JUCO World Series is against his alma mater. So he's going to want to get this dub, and I'm sure I'm not sure if it's the same coach or not still at Kellogg, but certainly an interesting story and worth a watch. Saturday, 10 a.m. Central, this game's going to be on, so you can go right from that Iowa Western game right into the DMAC game as they take on Kellogg. So really exciting there. Nice storylines to follow. The winner of this game plays the number 1 seed LSU Eunice. Of course, they're the number 1 ranked team in the country. Really,
Yep.
really an outstanding program there. So, you obviously want to get this first game, get the dub this first game, and stay on the front side so you can keep your pitching in order. But DMAC, they've had a hard road this entire time, so I'm sure that they're not intimidated by any of this.
Yeah.
Should be a really good challenge for them, and so far they've risen to every challenge that's been presented. So, good luck to those guys.
And I assume that they're gonna, I don't think we have pitching matchups just yet, but I assume Chance Key being one of those to go ahead. At least that's the prevailing thought, that he would be the one to start things off. And this team has some depth that is hit at the right time. So again, get out there and watch this program for sure. But
Yep.
more than that here, Chad. Last year, we saw a certain team, that is the Blackhawks of Southeastern, go all the way to the
Correct.
title game and one win shy of taking the entire crown. And as we pull up the bracket here, they will play, it looks like, South Arkansas, the 10 seed, as Southeastern is the 7 seed. And the winner of that's looking to play Brunswick. So ultimately here, Chad, again, Coach Schulte has never been one to shy away from a lot of good competition, and certainly they've had that. This year, it kind of stumbled a little bit in the postseason. I guess it's hard to say stumble versus the competition that they played. So they didn't quite get to where they were, but they're back in it, and I think the resume spoke for itself.
Yeah, I think that's how this happened. Southeastern uh, didn't win their region, and so they were an at-large bid to this tournament. There were 2 at-large teams: the number 3 seed and the number 7 seed Southeastern. were the at-large bids. So I think there were a couple of teams here that were rewarded for success throughout the season, and also an acknowledgement of the great program that's been built at Southeastern here in Iowa. As you mentioned, they're last year's runner-up. They're led by Caleb Wolf. I think we talked about him last time. And South Arkansas, they're no slouch. They've got a lot of depth. They got 9 guys on their roster with 30 RBIs or more. So a lot of hitting there. So Southeastern's pitching is going to have to come through for them here in this first round, and then they'll go on. If they win, they'll play the 3 Swede Brunswick Dolphins. So and the Dolphins are 48-8, and they've got a deep pitching staff. So pitching is their strength. But obviously they can hit the ball as well. I mean, everybody's hitting the ball if they made it this far. So pitching is going to be key for a lot of these teams. And I think that's how you really keep the hot hand going. It's hard to win these games on hitting alone. You have to have that good quality pitching. And, thankfully, DMAC, Southeastern, and Iowa Western, all 3 of them have very capable pitchers who can shut teams down, and even if it is a tall order, it can be done. This game is going to be played at 4 p.m. Central on Saturday. So you can have a triple header of junior college baseball on Saturday. Keep following things. Your ear to the ground and pay attention to what's going on. You'll have an opportunity to watch these teams hopefully all weekend. Both of these tournaments are double elimination, so even if we drop one early on here, the Iowa schools will still be able to fight again and come all the way back for a national title. So just because you lose one game along the way doesn't mean you're down and out. So hopefully we'll have some teams playing on June 1st when these tournaments are set to conclude. So just wanted to pop on here today, give a quick rundown of what's going on with the Junior College World Series. This is really exciting. You think about this. There are 22 teams in D1 and D2 junior college baseball remaining, and 3 of them are from the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. That's just phenomenal. Hats off to these programs. Hats off to baseball in Iowa. And that's really exciting stuff.
No doubt about that. Hey, it's going to be exciting either way. Certainly, you don't want to get your pitching staffs in a bunch by losing, but like we've just mentioned, Chad had said that it's not over if one game is lost. It's going to be fun to see the strategy. That's going to be exciting too. How are you going to throw at your arms? What are you going to do with the bats and your depth? And this is where the rubber meets the road in terms of how well starting and depth work in your favor. But again, make sure to rewatch this video and also check out Saturday this weekend. We got lots of teams in action here, including 3 Iowa teams, and it's going to be a fun one. But Chad, appreciate you jumping on here, helping us out here. Again, this is going to be a fun round. Again, check it out. We'll make sure we update you as well. And until we see each other next time here, this is just exciting. And I know I just say that a lot, but until we see each other next time, stay safe on the base pass and go JUCO in Iowa. We'll see you next time here on the Prospect Planet.